By the looks of my watch, it's officially grave time. For those of you who don't know, I'm a California state worker with 18 years of state services, preferably working in the mailroom. I've worked at the Department of Justice, the Department of Child Support Services, and currently work at the Department of Tax and Fee Administration, formerly known as the Board of Equalization. Now, the building I work at is located at 450 N Street in Sacramento. In 1993, a man forced his way through with guns and ammo, went up to the 18th floor and took hostages. He was upset about his taxes. Little did he know that he actually had the wrong state agency. He thought he was at Franchise Tax Board. Along with his arsenal, he had folders of paperwork of his tax documents, wanting to talk to someone about his tax situation. Apparently he was about a little over $1,000 in debt that he owed to the state of California. And he wasn't leaving until he could talk to someone.
This is a News 10 special report.
And this is Tony McEwing in the Channel 10 newsroom again with reports of a man firing shots at the Board of Equalization building on the 18th floor in Sacramento. That's located on 4th and N Streets. We take you live to the scene right now. And News 10's Dan Adams with the latest. Dan.
Tony, all this information is very sketchy right now, but from what we understand, shortly before 10 o'clock this morning, a man that some sources say was very heavily armed entered here at the new building, the new state building, at the corner of 4th and N Streets, the Board of Equalization building. From what we understand at this time, he has made his way all the way up to the top floor, to the 18th floor, and is perhaps holding several hostages there in a building. Now, we understand from some police sources right now that apparently he has asked some of the employees up there in the Board of Equalization to fill out some paperwork for him. We don't know what that's all about. We understand from other sources as well that have talked to him and have relayed to police that he apparently claims to be a former Vietnam veteran. He apparently is intoxicated, about 35 years old, and they aren't sure exactly what his demands are, but he's asking now to get several people here. He has a list of people that he wants to talk to, and he's asking them to be rounded up and brought up to the 18th floor right now. Shortly before 10 o'clock, some of the people who are in the bottom floor of this building, in the cafeteria, say that they did hear shots fired. One source says that when the man entered the building, he pulled out some sort of a weapon. They weren't sure exactly what it was, put a gun to the head of a security guard, and asked him perhaps for some sort of access to the upper floors of the building. And as I mentioned now, he reportedly is up here on the 18th floor.
18th floor, right in the middle. You can get off the elevator. He's right there inside. You
Come on. Hey.
You didn't see.
No, just relax. You'll be okay.
He said he has lots of ammunition, and he said he had a couple guns, and he just wants what he wants.
Just get over by that corner. They're out of the range.
There's a suspect upstairs.
A gunman, now identified as 53-year-old James Holloway, shot bullets and fear into what should have been a peaceful, rainy morning at the Board of Equalization. As evacuees ran for safety, the security guard who first encountered Holloway stood helplessly by, handcuffed. Handcuffs placed on him by Holloway just before the gunman shot up the lobby.
He come back with that shotgun and fired at me 4 times. Managed to miss. I don't know how he missed, but I know he hit a few cameras in there and he blew the window out, and I managed to get out of there and took off.
He blew the door away, and how he missed that security guard that got handcuffed, I'll never know, because I think the glass absorbed the shot, and I just kept running as
evacuees ran for their lives. Holloway, a former CHP officer and Alcohol Beverage Control Board investigator, made his way to the 11th floor, where he reportedly fired another round and threatened the life of at least one worker before he headed for the 18th floor.
He just looked like an average person, and he looked calm. That was the thing. He didn't look crazy or, didn't say anything. Didn't say anything.
He said that he would not harm anybody as long as he got what he wanted, which I have no idea what that is.
In the end, Holloway took 7 hostages, telling them he had tax problems he wanted fixed. Half an hour after his onslaught began, Holloway faced off against a SWAT team who had received permission to use deadly force.
He turned to the officers. He told the officers he wasn't going to be taken alive. And as he turned to one of the officers, he opened fire and killed him.
About 17 rounds were fired in that final shootout, none by Holloway, who was killed by SWAT team members. And so the man who came looking for a solution to his tax problems ended up paying with his life.
This is the exact spot where the SWAT team shot through the window, shooting Jim Ray Holloway in the face. He stumbled back and fell. He got back up, aimed his gun towards the direction of the SWAT team, and they shot him again. That's when the police raided the room and took him out in a stretcher as he basically bled out. Sadly, workplace violence does take place this day and age. However, it was unheard of back in 1993. During that period of time, there was the Waco, Texas, Branch Davidian situation taking place, and just 2 years prior in Sacramento was the 1991 Good Guys hostage situation, which didn't end very good. So you can imagine how these people felt during this time of terror. Now, in true grave time fashion, we're going to go visit a cemetery. In my research, I was able to find out where Jim Ray Holloway is buried. He is laid to rest at Cherokee Memorial Park in Lodi, California. I've done a couple other episodes from this location, one on Burt Rumsey, who was the original bartender on the TV show Gunsmoke, and Terry Lynn Winchell, who was a murder victim, sadly died on Peltier Road in Lodi, California. All these episodes you can see right here on my channel. To anyone watching this video who was in the office on March 26, 19 in the Board of Equalization building, I hope that by you seeing Jim Ray Holloway's grave, that it brings closure to the situation. Thank you everybody for watching this episode of Grave Time. If you like this episode, make sure you hit the thumbs up. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. God bless you all. Have a wonderful day. Bye.